How's it going, people? In today's video, we're just going to be saving my money plant. Alright, so here it is. Now, let me give you guys a bit of backstory about this plant, because right now what you're seeing is literally nothing compared to what it was before. Now, for those of you who have been keeping up with my strawberry series on my channel, I'll put the link to that up there. You can watch that if you want on my playlist. My balcony right now is just entirely strawberries, and I am going to be putting a lot of them in my allotment because it's getting way too crowded and they do need more space. But in one corner, I had a pretty big container that actually had a lovely money plant in it that was very bushy and it was doing really well. And eventually my strawberry plants kind of grew everywhere and the foliage from that covered my money plant. And I just completely forgot about this guy. And one day I just kind of came across it and I thought, wow, like what the heck happened? And I picked it up and I just kind of looked at it and I thought, oh man, this is not in good shape at all. I mean, the whole plant was basically just in bad shape. I couldn't save it. And I honestly thought I lost it. But then I actually had one of the twigs that I had actually taken off and I put it in some water for a while and it was actually rooting and it started growing like a new shoot, because effectively what you're seeing here, this little, if I can just focus my camera, this little twig here, this brown part was basically all I had. And I had like two tiny leaves, sort of like those ones that were there. And eventually that kind of grew into what you're seeing here, this green part. So I thought to myself, hang on a minute, it's growing back. So now what I did is I put it inside of this little container here and I put some soilless seed starting mix in there, because at the time that I did this, I didn't actually have any compost. But now that I'm actually seeing that it's actually trying to, grow back and it's trying to flourish again, I'm going to be attempting to save this and I'm going to be putting some compost in here, get this out, and then we'll see how that progresses. So let me go do that now. All right, so you guys can see that I've just removed all of the soilless seed starting mix that was in here. And you can see the roots on the plant are actually still largely alive, if I can just focus on that for a second. Some of them are still covered with the seed starting mix. But if I can just try and focus the camera on there, you can still see the roots are still doing okay. You can see that clearly here. They're a bit on the dry side because I hadn't watered it in a little while, because money plants are succulent, so they don't need too much water. But I do need to water it. But there is actually a bit of a root system there, and that is actually going to be enough for me to hopefully save it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it back in here, but with some compost, because I do have some now, and then we'll see what that looks like. All right, so I've managed to actually get the compost actually in there and I've covered the roots as much as I could. It was a bit more delicate to actually get it in than I thought it would have been, but it's in there now and I'm very happy with it. So that's what it looks like. I'll just water that in and I'll keep you guys updated on the progress on this over time. All right, thanks for watching, guys. I'm out.